SummerSlam Night 2 Hot Takes, where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes on the previous episode of SummerSlam Night 2, Raw, SmackDown, PLEs. I'll do hot takes on anything. Try me. You want a hot take on beavers? Okay, beavers. Why do they hate running water so much? They see like a river and it's like the water's going downstream. They're like, not in my city. All right, just stop. Please, okay. We've got Alfonso Passion. I don't know why. I'm just a moron sometimes. I'm sorry. We got Alfonso Passion here. A good match, better than WrestleMania. And funny, yes. So first off, yes, this John Cena, Cody Rhodes match was so much better than John Cena, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Holy crap. They could have gave us that at WrestleMania 41. Thanks for that heel turn. Then we got, what else we got? And funny, we didn't get The Rock. Nope, The Rock is still out for cigarettes and milk. We got Brock. Didn't expect that, but okay. Keep doing Cena's greatest hits and now and new ones as well. Has John Cena done any new hits? I don't think so. I think Cody Rhodes is literally his newest hit because he's done R-Truth, CM Punk, Randy Orton. Like John Cena's run is literally a Kiss tour at this point, or a Rolling Stones tour at this point. We're not coming up with anything new. We're just going to do everything. We're just going to run it back. But I'll tell you what, yes, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind. But like Brock Lesnar, holy cow, Brock Lesnar, they brought him back. That's like, that Brock Lesnar is the equivalent of the WWE panic button. It's like, uh-oh, things are in trouble. Hit the Brock Lesnar button because like, whoa, hard reset. Let's talk about a hard reset. John Cena's heel turn, one of the most shocking heel turns of all time. Literally, within 3 sentences, he turns face on a SmackDown before his main event at SummerSlam, and then they bring in Brock Lesnar. Okay, I get, like, obviously, that's an obvious sign that things weren't working, even though WWE wanted to claim they were working this whole time. And unfortunately, John Cena lost his belt. I would have loved to see John Cena with it more. However, my hope is now he wins number 18. Honest to God, he has 14 appearances left. Could he win number 18? I would love that. You know why? Because I don't ever want to talk about WrestleMania 41 main event again. And every time I say, well, John Cena, he did break the record of winning the title 17 times, I have to say, at WrestleMania 41. So, God, I hope he can win it an 18th time. And if you want to win this title one time, all you got to do is comment below. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away this title on my shoulder. All you got to do is comment, like I said. Then you gotta subscribe to the channel. You gotta hit that bell, ding, 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 notification. And if you wouldn't mind, a thumbs up. The thumb would appreciate the up. Yeah, he wants to quit his job and just make YouTube videos all day. Okay, what are you, 14? Thank you. All right, our next hot take. Dylan, last thing I was expecting, Brock Lesnar to come out. Yeah, that was the last thing I was expecting. Like, if you go to my live stream, I'm wearing a Rock shirt. Like, I was low-key. Even though I'm like, I keep saying I'm like mad at The Rock and stuff. Like, I like seriously still love The Rock. I'm mad at him. You can be mad at the people you love. But like the live stream, like I'm wearing a Rock shirt because low-key, like, I thought The Rock was gonna show up. I was just waiting. I was waiting for The Rock to show up, and no, Brock showed up. It was Rock with a B in front, and I was like, what the? Cannot believe it. Negligence. The ending was shocking. I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama, somebody called my mama, thought Rock was gonna show up, but instead we got the Beast, Brock Lesnar. And yeah, I just literally thought that. And also now I think it was Cena's idea to turn face because he knew this would be his last entrance as champ, and he just wanted to run to the ring with a title one last time. Oh, for some reason that comment made me sad. You're right. That was his last. I think they were definitely waiting for Unreal, the documentary, whatever it was, Unreal, to to be released because, it's released the 29th, and then what, like 3 days later, John Cena turns face. But you're probably right also about that title run, and that's so sad. Like, that's so sad. That was John Cena's last time. That comment really hit me. Like, that comment really hit me on Negligence. Like, that was John Cena's last time going to the ring with the title. God, I wish he would win the 18th, but he's not gonna. He's not gonna. Like, can we let him win the world title from Seth Rollins for a minute? Just like 1 minute, 2 minutes? I don't even care. Like, oh, man. And then when he came out and it was like a black graphic and then it just popped into the John Cena stuff, I swear, I remember hating that guy. It was like 2005, 6, and I remember WrestleMania 23. I just was so against John Cena. And yet right now, I love the guy. I love that guy. And they're the same guys. What happened? Like, I think I grew up. I'm sorry, John, for booing you all those years. I really hope you weren't offended. All right, so we got Major Mario. I'm not happy to see Brock Lesnar. So, yeah, there's those allegations. We'll address the allegations in a minute. But regardless, we don't need him in 2025 unless he's here to put the likes of Braun Breaker over down the road. Anyways, night 2 is greater than night 1 of WrestleMania. Yeah, definitely. I think everybody agrees that this SummerSlam was better than WrestleMania. They lost the plot with John Cena's heel turn. Yeah, the Brock Lesnar situation is so sticky. It's like I'm hesitant to even like talk about it. So like. But if he does put over Braun Breaker, that would be sweet. If Brock is here, then yes, I'm hoping that he is putting over young talent. Huffing and puffing. So if Cena is going to feud with Brock, then the only reasonable challenger for Cody's title run to give him an interesting challenger is Tanga Loa. Whew, Tanga Loa, like, you thought Roman Reigns had a long title run. Once we put that strap onto Tanga Loa, well then, forget about it. It's going to be Tanga Loa, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns. Anthony Smurth-Waity, Lesnar showing up ruined a great PLE. People have short memories. Okay, so, like, I think it's something that I don't want to discuss, that I kind of have to discuss, since we are all on the internet. Us internet wrestling fans are a little more in the know than other wrestling fans, and Brock Lesnar was attached to a lawsuit on Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon is alleged at doing some really horrible things. But what I'm going to do for this channel, and if you disagree with it, I totally respect your opinion. I'm going to assume right now, there's information that I don't know, so I'm going to go forward as if, well, TKO has a lot of money, and I think that they would be afraid to lose that money, therefore, they must know something I don't. But that is not me in any way, shape, or form saying that I think he's guilty or innocent. So I'm just going to continue forward, and I do apologize if that is if some people do feel it's disrespectful. I don't know what else to do. This is a wrestling channel, and I'm going to cover wrestling as it happens, unfolds on TV. So let's keep going. TTJC, who was at SummerSlam, and shout out because he got Chris Van Vliet to actually point at my sign. Chris Van Vliet is like my idol, him and Simon Miller. Anyways, he says, Hunter is finally starting to invest in the future. I can't wait to see Dirty Dom, the greatest Mysterio, at Triple Mania and Clash in Paris. Very surprised they let Dominik Mysterio win. And he won it with a beautiful homage to the late, great Eddie Guerrero. Then we got Frank Oakley III, and it is confirmed there are 2 other Frank Oakleys above Frank Oakley III. Hot take, WWE is going to start selling the green shirt guy shirt as merch. Like, why not? They should. And did you notice there was a yellow shirt guy just like a couple seats down? Maybe that's a maybe that's a future Hell in a Cell match or something. Shazam WWE has invested so much time in Solo versus Jacob feud that I'm beginning to think that it will end in Hell in a Cell, and I am not sure how I feel about that. Funny I just mentioned that, but yeah, honestly, it's like the regular Cell didn't stop the what are they, the My Family Tree, the MFT from getting involved. So at this point, it seems like a Hell in a Cell is the only option to keep people out. But I don't know, it doesn't feel bloodthirsty enough, even though the feud actually is long enough to justify it. I would rather them just do if anybody comes down during this match, they will be fired stipulation, or you will lose your title stipulation. Lynn Sith Ebb, Unreal proved this was meant to be the Mania card. I honestly think you're right. I honestly think you're right. The Unreal Mania, I might even do a video on it. It was on the chalkboard or the whiteboard, and it literally said Gunther versus Punk. It said Seth versus Roman. So I guess right there was a little iffy, but this pretty much was probably supposed to be the original WrestleMania card. And I'm not even sure how much I blame The Rock right now. I'm blaming this documentary at this point, because The Rock didn't even say he wanted John Cena to turn heel in the Unreal documentary. I'm beginning to think that it's literally the Unreal documentary that caused all of this chaos at WrestleMania 41, because I think they were just trying to show that they're so, they're willing to pivot. Oh, Jey Uso's so popular, let's go with him. Literally everyone in the writer's room said, Punk, who should win the Rumble? Punk, 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 Punk. And then I think it was Michael P.S. Hayes say, what about Jey Uso? And suddenly it's Jey Uso. We don't even see the conversation, really, on how he persuades the entire room to go with Jey Uso instead. And now, what do we do with Punk? And it's just I do feel they were just trying to create, as John Cena said in his face turn promo that happened out of nowhere. He said, I just got talked into creating shock TV. And he pointed the finger, kind of alluded that it was The Rock that did it. But I'm beginning to think that it was Triple H that kind of got him to do shock TV so they could have a really good episode 4. And I'm not going to lie, I'm glad they did that because I was in that episode. But when we look at the damage that it has created, creativity-wise, story, plot hole-wise, probably shouldn't have happened. Wrestle Cash, I wish Cena didn't turn back face to lose to a face Cody. That's kind of so anticlimactic. Literally, I've never seen such an abrupt end to a major storyline. Instead of, come on, guys, I don't hate wrestling. I love it. That was how he addressed saying that he wanted to ruin wrestling. The dude made a 10-year-old cry on TV. He broke up with him on TV, and then it's just literally, yeah, Cody, when you forged my signature, I realized I was being stupid. Yeah, it was very anticlimactic, but like Negligent said, at least he ran to the ring one more time, holding the title. Money on repeat. Not a fan of how Triple H abandoned storylines. Heel Cena is the greatest heel of all time, undefeated until he turned face. Shake my head. Greatest heel of all time? Not so sure about that, but you're more than welcome to your opinion. Money on repeat. And I don't like the abandoned storyline, but I will say this. If something's not working, I would rather them abandon it before it's too late. And while, yes, it was working, it wasn't working as good as it should have. And the problem here is that we only had 14 more dates with John Cena. If we had a whole nother year of John Cena, I could definitely assume they would have ended it to a logical conclusion. But this is just one of those situations. And they'll never admit fault. That's the thing that kills me. Triple H should just come up and say, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I screwed up. My bad. That face turn, we shouldn't have done it. Because that's basically what they did when John Cena turns face 2 nights before his match at SummerSlam. literally out of nowhere. Like, literally out of nowhere, he turned face. Diaz-Paz, who is a self-proclaimed hater, I did learn that from the last video. Brock Lesnar has more star power at his old lazy age than 80% of the jobbers combined. But we really don't need Lesnar Cena Part 57. You can count on McIntyre, Super Cody in the future. They have been teasing it. Okay, so that was like 2 comments right there. So you're saying you're glad Brock's here because he has more star power, but you don't want him fighting John Cena? Well, that's a foregone conclusion. I think that's going to happen, probably in Paris, France. Yeah, so is Brock only here for John Cena for one fight? John Cena said, I want Brock, or is he here to terrorize until Kingdom Come? I don't know. We shall see. Go Buggy. I love the fact that Naomi did something that Bianca Belair couldn't do and beat Io and Rhea Ripley at a big PLE. And I think Naomi is hands down my favorite woman heel at the top. I'll say, honestly, right now, Naomi might be my favorite in WWE as a whole. Like, she is doing such good character work, and I am glad she won too, because A, I didn't want her to lose, and B, I love that she can hold that over Bianca. I hope she really rubs it in Bianca's face, because that's what heels do. Sky, Wonder Wolf. So Cena had to lose the title to face Brock, and we get another boring title run from Cody. I'm really hoping the title run from Cody I'm hoping Cody learned his lesson, and Triple H, I hope they both learned their lesson. If Triple H is going to write it boring, I hope Cody stands up for himself and says, no, this has to be good and interesting. I know you got it in you, Cody. I know you can be entertaining as all get out. Please, Cody, please, don't be white meat. I think I said this before. Be dark meat. Be a dark meat. Dark meat is still healthy. Dark meat can still be a face. Don't be a white meat baby face, dude. Conclusionary. Well, Chop, to put it shortly, I'm a little conflicted. This Cena heel run was underwhelming for being the most anticipated in history. Back to you, Chop. Conclusionary, you're absolutely... I'm with you. If we go back to March 1st, was it? March 3rd? Everybody was like, that's the greatest heel turn in history. I mean, it was one of the most shocking heel turns in history, but now when we look at it in hindsight, we can say, no, it was not. It was not the greatest heel turn in history. Hogan will still hold that top honor, and it's like, it was shocking, when Austin turned heel and joined Vince McMahon, but that heel run, somehow it fell flat. There were good moments, just like there were some good moments in this John Cena heel turn, but that heel turn and the Austin heel turn, they did not live up to expectations. Ron Talks Tabletop, the women's IC match had some weirdness, and I have no idea what they're going to do with Lyra. That match, honestly, there was a botch in it that really took me out. It's when her hands came out of the zip ties, and then she put it back in, and Michael Cole actually announced it. I don't know whose fault that was. Was it the camera guys? Was it Lyra's? Was it Michael Cole's? But everybody, Triple H should have just told the ref, get Lyra out of those cuffs. They have to make it up on the fly, because that killed it for me. But I do know that other people liked it. So my intent is not to make other people hate that match. But don't come at me and be like, oh my God, why don't you like that match? You're okay to like it. I'm okay to hate it. But it was literally that moment. I could not get over it. And I wish I could, because I know those two are talented. They have awesome matches. This just happened to be a dud for me. Dizzle Scrapes. Sable is just happy Brock is collecting a WWE check again. Rumor has it he never stopped collecting a check. Just throwing that out there. WTF Patch. The TLC match was insane. Holy heck. Long live SmackDown tag teams. Props, respect, all the good things. Flowers to that tag team division. That was an amazing TLC. Go out of your way to watch it. Donatello Leonardo, I gotta say, both nights of SummerSlam were a success. Triple H finally wasn't afraid to book baby faces like Jade, Rhea, and Jacob to lose for once. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed as well. A lot of the future of WWE. Well, there are a lot of the losers of WWE right now. What makes someone a hero is not that they always win. It's about how they deal with failure. I think Jade and Rhea losing relatively clean actually adds a lot more to their character than if they went over and won the prize with minimal hardship. So yeah, it's all about the journey. It's all about the journey. Cody Rhodes is actually a really good example of that. The journey to winning, to finishing his story was way better than book 2, his title reign. Goat Buggy, I love everything about the Cody versus Cena match. It was like Super Cena versus peak Cody, and I love that the Beast is back, and it feels like 2012 all over again, and I'm happy Cody didn't turn heel. I'm very happy that you enjoyed everything, because a lot of people would have wanted Cody to turn heel. Some people aren't happy that Brock's back. Super Cena, Cody Rhodes, I love that match. So, looks like you got your money's worth, Go Buggy. Raw Godin. Cena's fans need to let go and move on like Attitude Era fans. You have a group of people so determined for an outcome not to want to even buy in to watch the match itself to such a degree it was either Cena wins or silence, and it's silly. The man is retiring. They act like they should generally retire and bring the belt with them. It's ridiculously toxic. I actually do kind of sort of agree with this statement in that when Cena lost yesterday, there were a lot of people saying, this sucks, this is horrible, I hate this, ruin the PLE, and these were people that I know are of well-meaning even. Some of them I saw, I'm like, wow, I'm surprised they're saying that. It's one thing to have a gut reaction, just being, oh no, my guy lost. But if you wake up the next day and you're like, this sucks, John Cena lost, I can't believe they did that. You gotta go out on your back. You gotta go out on your back. I know Sting didn't in AEW, and that's fine for AEW, but in WWE, you go out on your back. And I respect John Cena for putting over Cody. Whether or not you want Cody to be your guy, right now he's the guy. I respect that John Cena lost the title. If John Cena had to lose the title to Tozawa to get the title off him, then I would have been then let Tozawa win. Because, yes, there's a part of me that would love to let John Cena retire with the belt, but John Cena's going to leave. And the WWE product is going to keep on going. The belt has to stay. The belt has to stay. I don't understand this concept of John Cena not losing. That's not what this is about. It's about John Cena having a good farewell tour and us getting to say goodbye. And yesterday was a beautiful goodbye. And yes, we have him for 14 more dates, and he's going to have a feud with Brock Lesnar, and he's going to have a feud with at least one more person, but yesterday was a beautiful goodbye. And that's what this tour is about. Horrible John Cena heel turn aside. RKO, smart booking for a crafty heel champ, keeps Naomi hot and ticking into new feuds without giving Raw face redemption. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, I love that Naomi. She was very smart in her triple threat. She came in when somebody was about to get pinned. Otherwise, she tried to stay out of the match. Let the two faces beat each other up so she can just come in, sneak in, and win like a smart heel, not a chicken heel. Zach says the main event performance from John Cena may have been his best in a decade, and definitely his best performance since his retirement tour kicked off. Yeah, that John Cena, you could have put that John Cena in 2010. That was a great match. It's OTW. That was a great show. Every match delivered, and it felt special compared to night one. Lyra and Becky would have been match of the night for me if it wasn't Cena didn't turn up as Super Cena for a night. Kind of odd they didn't take the opportunity to align Becky and Bayley. Would have been a more interesting ending but still a banger. I'm glad you enjoyed that match. Wasn't for me. I think they didn't do Becky. I think they're doing Becky versus Bayley at France. That's probably why they did not align. The Europeans, they love Bayley. DXCXFX. Don't understand how AJ dressing like Eddie is supposed to be him playing mind games with Dom. Dom literally does everything he can to look like Eddie, and they acted like it was supposed to bring back the trauma of the custody match with Eddie, but Dom is consistently bragging about it. Yeah, I didn't like that AJ tried to invoke Eddie Guerrero, and it's not because I think it's disrespectful. I just think that if anybody should have came out in the lowrider, it should have been Dominik Mysterio. And you're right, it had no effect on Dom at all. Dom doesn't care about these things. Dom wants to be Eddie Guerrero. So I just think the storyline, I think, was a little bit of a miss. Props for trying, but honestly, maybe if they would have had Rey Mysterio with AJ Styles, that would have been different. If Rey Mysterio had been with AJ Styles, or Rey Mysterio would have been in AJ's corner, that would have made the whole lowrider thing way more impactful. But it was a miss. They tried. Good for you. Glad Dominik is still champion. I would have been happy if AJ had been champion too, though, to be honest with you. Just love that people still honor and respect Eddie Guerrero. I've never seen a wrestler that gets paid so much homage than Eddie Guerrero, and the fact that everyone constantly brings him up, I love that. Let's keep doing that. Let's never forget Eddie. Luta Dragon, the WrestleMania to SummerSlam or SummerSlam to WrestleMania title reigns is almost starting to get overdone, especially if it continues to happen. Yeah, it seems like you win at a big PLE SummerSlam and then you lose it at WrestleMania. In between, you're not losing, or vice versa. So I get what you're saying. There does seem to be a trend there, but this one I think is the this time in between, I think it was the Unreal time, because they were just it was all about that Unreal documentary, so I think they held everything close to their chest until it was over. Young Watt TV, make Dom win clean more. I thought hitting him with the boot was cheating, but Big E later says, hey, that was part of your ring gear, you're allowed to do that. I don't think you are, though. I don't think you're allowed to just take off your boot and just nail someone with it. But regardless, I guess it was clean enough because it was kind of in the vein of Eddie Guerrero. I don't know. I'm just glad he won. Dinaj Dev, an undefeated Cena run would have been awesome. Any chance we get to see him win an 18th and retire with it? Just asking. I hope he wins an 18th. I hope he doesn't retire with it, though, still. I would love for him to win it for 1 week. Just so we never have to talk about WrestleMania 41 again. Let him win it just for 1 week, please. Wrestling Sensei, my hot take is the main event was a big blow to whoever says AEW does too many false finishes and have too many kickouts. Well, I mean, that's fair. So be careful next time you throw stones at an AEW finish fest. Jimbo Slice, I hope WWE doesn't treat Cena's heel turn like a failed experiment. For what it was, I did enjoy it. I think it was a failed experiment, but I do think there were bright spots in it. Will I say that I did not enjoy it? No, it was fine. I mean, I liked when he yelled at that kid all the way until he said, I'm not going to wrestle you because I'm tired, So I enjoyed it, but when you put it up against everything else in John Cena's career or heel turns and the impact that they have on the industry as a whole, I gotta say, I view it as a failed experiment that was still entertaining, if that makes sense. Huffing and puffing, I hated the ending to Solo and Fatu. I hate anytime the finish is someone exiting through the door. You and Jesse the Body Ventura. Only artwork, I think Becky's new theme song is the best on the women's roster. I need to listen to it again. I was kind of talking too much on my live stream. Rick Jelly, no way people complain about this one. The last match and the ending was absolutely fantastic. Don't underestimate the internet. If there's something to complain about, we will find it. And if we can't find anything, then we will make something up. Raphael at air, I told you all that the TLC match was going to steal the show. This was pure unadulterated chaos. The Hardy Boys were proud to sit in the front row for it. You are absolutely right, and he is absolutely right. For months now, Raphael at air has been shouting the praises of the tag team division, and you, my friend, are justified, because that, my friend, was an amazing TLC match. Way to go, SmackDown Tag Team Division. And then we got AJ, number 2. AJ versus Dominik was the wildest match of the night. AJ matching Dom's shenanigans was comedy gold. One more match, please. I would definitely like one more match. I think they teased it because AJ Styles at the, not at the press conference, but backstage after the show was like, how did I lose to that guy? I need to reflect. I think something's going to happen there. And then we got number 3. We couldn't get Codelander, but Lesnar's return more than made up for it. Brock Lesnar is pure box office. He's controversial, but what did Eric Bischoff say? Controversy creates cash or something. Brock Lesnar is a box office draw for sure. And I think Codelander, think we're going to get him, but probably not this year. DDE Live, Night 2 was the best pay-per-view so far of the year. Yes, even better than Evolution. I'd have to think on that. There was one really dud of a match for me on this card, and then 2 matches were I don't know. There's 3 awesome matches, though. I will say that. I'd have to think on that. But hey, you're more than welcome to your opinion. Jeremy Dyson says Night 2 was better than Night 1. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. As of right now, I'd say Night 2 was more memorable. Definitely more memorable. Though we did get that cash in. Base Blow Black Records, bias aside, Naomi was not good. I hope she picks up the pace or drops the belt soon, as she wrestles great with the glow gimmick. But she was hard carried by Io and Rhea tonight. I flat out disagree with that statement. You're more than welcome to your opinion, but I think she's way better as Proceed with Caution, and I think she kept up and was not carried. So, difference of opinions, you're more than welcome to yours, and I'm more than welcome to mine. But I believe that Naomi last night showed up, showed out, and that's the Naomi I want to see moving forward forever. Damian King, disappointing Cena lost his title, but the important thing is he got to 17. Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that. Becky versus Lyra was a great match, definitely a career-making match for Lyra, which shows how good Becky is at elevating talent. Becky is great at elevating talent. I personally did not like the match. I'm glad others did. And then Dom and AJ feud was hilarious, and the payoff with Eddie's references was funny. I think I need to go rewatch that match, because it seems like a lot of people like that match more than me. Maybe I was suffering from a little bit of fatigue at the time, so I liked it, but I was not in love with it as much as everybody else. So I'm going to go back and watch it. Martin says Cena's final year has been ruined by the heel turn. I wouldn't say ruined, but it's definitely, it made it less than it could have been. He should have got some time with the belt as a face, and it should have been someone worthy to take the title off him, not Cody. We already saw what he cooks as a champion. Garbage. I'm hoping that Cody can do better this time around. I really do hope that Cody will do better. Who would you have rathered it been, though? Who could have taken the belt off of Cena? Yeah, it would have been amazing if it was LA Knight, but they weren't going to do that. But I agree with you. I wish they would have given John Cena more time as a face with the championship, or I hope they give him another championship. Boys, girls, those are your hot takes for SummerSlam Night 2. I appreciate every single one of you. Have yourselves a great day. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Hot takes for Raw tonight. See you on the live stream. Woo! What a weekend. Goodbye.